Have you felt like the pressures of life are about to steamroll you? Maybe it's time to rediscover that sense of adventure, to get back into the fight, to dance again, to reinstill that childlike excitement. Maybe you just need a hug.
Welcome to the world's most magical celebration.
This is the first of a 3-video series of Orlando. In this first video, we focus on the theme parks, specifically Disney and Universal. You know, a vacation shouldn't stress you out. If you don't plan properly, an Orlando getaway can wear you down. We want you to be able to wake up feeling refreshed. With so many options for entertainment, deciding what to do can be a little overwhelming. This video can help to light your path so that you don't waste a lot of time. We will show all the modes of transportation, from buses to monorails to ferries to gondolas, to help minimize the amount of walking you'll have to do. We'll take you on a helicopter tour to show the theme parks from the sky. Then bring you inside of Animal Kingdom, where you can take treks and safaris into the nature. Climb Mount Everest. View the shows. Ride down the rivers. Then to Hollywood Studios, home of the Tower of Terror, Star Wars. Then to Universal Studios, where you can walk the streets of Hollywood, San Francisco, and New York. Watch construction workers with rhythm. Then to Universal's Island of Adventure, with thrilling coasters, including the new Velocicoaster, river rides, and Harry Potter's Hogsmeade Village. We show Volcano Bay, Universal CityWalk, Disney Springs, where you can take a balloon ride. Then to Epcot, where you can travel and taste the world, all within walking distance around a lake, and see a spectacular light show. We end at the Magic Kingdom, ride a riverboat, and see the fireworks show at Cinderella's Castle. We'll give you tips on lodging, both inside of Disney and take you inside of a couple resorts just outside of Disney. I recommend you alternate the theme park visits with some of Orlando's nature activities that we will show in part 2 of our Orlando series. So gather the family. Come, take the leap. It's full speed ahead.
It is altogether fitting and proper that we should do this.
Bella has found some new friends. Fill up the flux capacitor as we help to prepare you for your Orlando getaway. It's sunrise at Exploria Summer Bay Resort, about 9 miles from Animal Kingdom. We'll show you this resort shortly, but let's talk transportation. Since many of you will probably fly into MCO Orlando Airport. If using a rental car, the best way to go is taking the south exit from the airport on State Route 417. It's a toll road, but this way you avoid I-4, which gets very congested. Now, if you don't have a rental car, for Universal, there's the Universal Superstar Shuttle that takes you to all the Universal resorts. Round trip is $39 per person, or $29 for children 3 to 9. At Universal, you have water taxis that shuttle you from all 4 of the Universal resorts to CityWalk that run every 15 minutes till 2:30 a.m. These are free regardless if you are staying at a Universal resort or not, so might as well hop on for a scenic ride. An advantage to Universal is that the 3 major parks of Universal Studios, Islands of Adventure, and Volcano Bay, as well as CityWalk, are all in the same area. Not so with Disney, where everything is more spread out, and you need motorized transportation. Disney used to have the Magic Express transporting people to and from the airport. That has been discontinued. However, Mears Connect will take you from the airport to the Disney resorts. A round trip is $32 for adults, $27 for children. To save time, you can do an express trip, $250 for up to 4 passengers. Now, Brightline, opening at Orlando Airport in 2023, have plans for stops near Universal's Epic Universe and near Disney on South International Drive. For transportation within Disney World, the monorail covers 2 of the 4 Disney parks, Magic Kingdom and Epcot. The monorail is the one thing that is absolutely free for everyone, so take advantage of it. It will take you to the 3 resorts, the Polynesian Hotel, the Grand Floridian, a beautiful Victorian-themed hotel, popular for weddings, with the wedding pavilion right next door. Also where you can book a cruise on the Seven Seas Lagoon. We'll talk about that near the end of this video. And the monorail also serves the Contemporary Hotel, where it goes through the building. This is home to Chef Mickey, where you can dine with the Disney characters. You can also take the Skyliner, another scenic ride, from Epcot to Hollywood Studios. It also makes stops at Disney's Riviera Resort, Caribbean Beach Resort, Art of Animation Resort, and Pop Century Resort. The Disney Transport Shuttle will take you to Animal Kingdom, as well as all the theme parks and other Disney resorts. For an all-day bus pass, it's $6 for adults, $2.50 for children. The bus service, as well as the ferry boats and water taxis, are complimentary for all guests of Disney hotels. The boats serve 3 of the 4 Disney parks, all except Animal Kingdom. For those with a car, parking at the theme parks is about $20 to $25, or for prime parking, $40 to $60. If visiting multiple parks in a day, the first parking pass is good for any of the other Disney parks for that day. While the Disney resorts have the convenience of being close to the theme parks, they do get expensive. To save money, you might consider a resort just outside of Disney property. That is going to be about half the cost of a theme park resort. Take, for example, the pet-friendly Westgate Vacation Villas, located just 3 miles from Animal Kingdom, where you can wake up with all the comforts of a fully furnished home. They have everything from cozy studios to spacious 2-bedroom villas, with lofts that sleep up to 10 people. Plenty of amenities to keep you entertained, including the Shipwreck Island Water Park with a lazy river, water slides, splash pad, and more.
So much fun, relaxation, and adventure awaits you.
There's basketball, tennis courts, 18-hole mini golf, shuffleboard courts, paddle boat rentals, a large fitness center, an arcade with pool table, and a free movie theater showing multiple Disney movies throughout the day. They also provide free transportation to Disney, Universal, and SeaWorld. Another resort to check out is Summer Bay, an Exploria resort. Located under 10 miles from Disney World, there's a lakeside marina where you can rent kayaks, paddle boats, and jet skis. The Buccaneer Bay Adventure Park includes the Pirates Plunge zip line, a monkey climb, bumper boats, and the Treasure Cove Water Park. There are 7 pools and hot tubs, on-site food and beverage options.
Try Kokomo's Lakeside Tiki Bar for amazing drinks for a fun retreat.
The rooms range from studios to spacious 4-bedroom villas, very comfortable. I'm in a 1-bedroom suite that gives you everything you need. The Recreation Pavilion has an arcade, a pool table, a fitness center. Only service dogs are allowed at Exploria resorts. There is also transportation to all the theme parks.
Good morning, welcome to Dunkin'. How can I help you?
And an added plus, there's a good Dunkin' a mile away from Summer Bay.
Good morning. Hello.
George here with friendly service. Always good to get a good meal before you head into the parks, as food in the theme parks is very expensive. We are going to start our theme park tour from the sky with international Heli-Tours. Very reasonable rates. Tours range from $65 for a 9-minute tour of Universal and SeaWorld to an 18 to 20-minute tour for $125 of all the theme parks, with the exception of Magic Kingdom, as you are not allowed to fly within 4 miles of that park. Our first stop, Animal Kingdom, flying over the Tree of Life. The Kilimanjaro Safari Ride is something you'll want to do early in the morning to avoid the long lines. As I show you the tour, let's talk about Disney tickets. There's been another increase in rates that now brings the one-day, one-park pass to between $109 to $189. So they really try to steer you to book the multi-day park ticket. For up to 4 days, the rates don't drop very much, but there's more of a significant drop for a 5-day or longer ticket. With each ticket, you can add on the water parks or the park hopper option. Even with a ticket, you still need a park reservation as well, and sometimes you may not be able to get that reservation. But there is a way around that. This is where there's a big advantage to the park hopper option, which is about $17 to add on. With this, you only need a reservation for the first park you are visiting that day. Then, after 2 p.m., you can visit any of the other parks, and no reservations needed. So even though, say, Magic Kingdom might not be available for the reservations on the day you want, which was the case with me, because I had the park hopper option, as long as I reserved another park for the first visit of that day, I could still go to Magic Kingdom after 2 p.m. without a reservation. This works good because you may not know the parks you want to visit in advance, so this way you can still get in the parks you want, even without a reservation. You just have to go to another park in the morning, where you can get a reservation, then wait till after 2 p.m. to get in any other park. At Animal Kingdom, some of the notable rides located in the Asia section are the Kali River Rapids, race through the Himalayas on Expedition Everest, the Navi River Journey, a boat ride you'll want to do early, a 110-minute wait on this day. The Wildlife Express train goes from the Harambee Station to Rafiki's Planet Watch. You don't really see many animals on this train. It goes behind the scenes through some of the facilities, but it will save you some of the walking. Several shows, including the Tam Tam Drummers, and of course The Lion King, a must-see in the Africa section at the theater in the Round. Our next stop, Disney's Hollywood Studios, flying over the Twilight Zone Tower of Terror, where people are hurtled up and down in a haunted elevator. Hollywood Studios has 17 rides and attractions, and several shows. You really need a full day to experience this park, especially with the wait times for the more popular attractions. One of the most popular shows of any Disney park is the Indiana Jones Epic Stunt Spectacular, where Indy dodges deadly obstacles, battles bad guys with Marion, leaping from tall buildings, while along the way you get an inside look at how the stunts are performed. You can experience a Star Wars adventure at the Galaxy Edge. There can be easily over an hour wait for this, so do it early. There's also a 3D Muppet show, a Beauty and the Beast show, a Frozen sing-along, and the nighttime spectacular Phantasmic at the Hollywood Hills Amphitheater with characters, fireworks, lasers, pyrotechnics, and projections. Now let's head 13 miles north of Disney World to Universal Studios. From here, you can see Islands of Adventure to the left, Universal Studios here. In CityWalk across the lagoon, parking is on the other side of Universal Boulevard, which is $27 or $40 for prime parking. I think prime is kind of a waste here because everyone parks in the same garage. There's motorized walkways to help ease the walking over to CityWalk. There's two 18-hole mini golf courses at CityWalk, the Haunting of Ghostly Greens and the Invaders of Planet Putt, good to play at night. You go through CityWalk to get to Universal Studios. We'll show more of CityWalk in a bit. Currently, Universal is $109 for a one-park, one-day pass for either Universal Studios or Islands of Adventure. A two-park, two-day pass is $302. However, currently giving you 2 extra days, so it makes it 4 days, which could make that pass worth it. Because I would say you need at least a day and a half for each park. 1 day probably isn't enough. Child tickets are $5 cheaper. For an additional $30, you can include Volcano Bay, a water park with a picturesque view of a lagoon and water rushing down a volcano. Volcano Bay is about a mile from CityWalk, so you may need a shuttle for that, unless you are staying at Universal's Low Sapphire Resort or Cabana Bay Beach Resort, which are much closer. A two-park express pass is $109 in addition to admission to avoid the lines. I will say Universal lines were not nearly as long as Disney lines. I did Disney on weekdays, and wait times average about 45 to 90 minutes. That's just too much for me. Whereas did Universal on weekends, and wait times average 15 to 25 minutes. Even Universal Studios Rip Ride Rocket Coaster, only 15 minutes. So much more reasonable. Did see 2 coasters that had a 45-minute wait at Islands of Adventure, but that was the longest I saw. Universal gets crowded too, but it's not the massive, uncomfortable stuff like sardines in a can that Disney can get like. Universal Studios has several themed sections. There's Hollywood Boulevard, where you'll see movie stars along the street like Beetlejuice. There's San Francisco with Fisherman's Wharf and Pier 41. Also the urban streets of New York City and Central Park, where you might see the Blues Brothers. Or some construction workers who have rhythm. They picked out Lily, visiting with her friends from Michigan, to join them. I asked Lily why they chose Universal over Disney.
I like the rides, the theme of it all. Right.
There's the Fast and Furious Supercharged ride, Revenge of the Mummy, and Transformers 3D ride, plus Krusty Land for little kids, or big kids like me. In the Woody Woodpecker section is the Animal Actors on Location show, where you'll see birds, pigs, porcupines, roosters, skunks, ducks, cats, as well as dogs. One of the actors wanting to say hello to Bella. You can also dance and strike a pose with the DreamWorks characters. King Julian absolutely fell in love with Bella. For my friends from across the pond, there's a UK area that includes the King's Cross Station, where the Hogwarts Express steam locomotive takes people from Universal Studios to Harry Potter's Hogsmeade Village in Islands of Adventure, this snow-capped wizarding village bustling with enchanted shops. On selected nights, there's a nighttime light show at Hogwarts Castle. See a show with singing frogs. Ran into subscribers of ours, Ray, Joanne, and Kelsey from New Jersey. Asked them what they like best, Disney or Universal.
For thrill stuff, Universal, but for overall, I guess Disney.
The Velocicoaster, located near Hogsmeade Village, is the tallest and fastest roller coaster of Universal. As it embarks on a high-speed chase amidst a pack of prehistoric predators. Prepare to get wet on a Jurassic Park river adventure. For a slower ride, the Pteranodon Flyers soars over Camp Jurassic. At Universal Studios is the Cinematic Celebration, an epic water and light show, themed around the movies of Jurassic Park, Fast and Furious, and Despicable Me. CityWalk is the Disney Springs of Universal. There's the Long Palms Airport Tiki Bar under the wings of Jimmy Buffett's very own seaplane. You can linger at the Porch of Indecision at Jimmy Buffett's Margaritaville. The NBC Sports Grill and Brew is the ultimate sports hangout with over 100 screens, live music, and dancing at CityWalk's Promenade. There's also a food court to pick up some quick food with a yogurt bar. All right, let's head back to Disney. Disney Springs, formerly known as Downtown Disney, has shopping, entertainment, and impressive specialty-themed restaurants. A little similar to Broadway at the Beach that we showed in our Myrtle Beach video. Although not as many activities, but good live entertainment and some unique things to do. Like a balloon ride flying up to 400 feet, which is $25 for adults, $20 for children 3 to 9. You can take a 20-minute tour in an amphibious car, $125 per ride, up to 4 people. You book at the Boathouse Boutique. You can enjoy southern dishes such as jambalaya or po' boys at the popular House of Blues, a rock and blues themed chain hangout with outdoor seating under string lights. Also with a counter-serve Smokehouse Shack for quicker service. Next to the M&M store, there's a Splitsville with upscale bowling and billiards and live entertainment. See a Cirque du Soleil performance from $64 to $100. Pick up quick quality vegetarian dishes at the local Green Orlando food truck. On Friday nights, there's karaoke and craft beer at the Stargazers Bar, part of Planet Hollywood. A dinosaur-themed eatery is the T-Rex restaurant with an impressive atmosphere of prehistoric animals. Reservations strongly recommended here. The Rainforest Cafe, a jungle-themed restaurant. Top-rated artists perform at the Waterside Stage. There is really something for everyone at Disney Springs. It gets busy, so recommended to allow an hour for parking and getting through security. On the way to Epcot, ran into subscribers Jim and Christine from Seattle.
What did you think of Disney?
Very crowded today at Magic Kingdom. We don't know yet. We're going to Epcot to get some lunch.
We're gonna go wine and dine all over the town with redfish ocean runs so fine, we'll spin round and round. The sun will go rise and shine, we'll never slow down. We gonna wine and dine all over the town.
Dine on delicious food at Epcot as you walk around the lagoon through 11 different countries with eateries from full-service restaurants to quick counter-served kiosks, where it's a small meal for about $6 to $12. So usually you can maybe eat at 3 or 4 spots before you fill up. It's a good way to taste and experience the cultures of the world. How about picking up some quiche Lorraine along the Champs-Élysées in Paris? Or grab some focaccia in Italy. Maybe pick up some cheese in the Alps. Or Peking duck in China. The walk around the lagoon is 1.2 miles. Many guests, once they get halfway through, feel a little overwhelmed, because when you add in all the little side treks into the villages, it is really a lot more than just the perimeter distance around the lagoon. But good news is you can take a ferry from Showcase Plaza to Morocco or Germany on the opposite side of the lagoon, which will save you a little walking. Near the front entrance, just off the lagoon, are the larger attractions, like Mission Space with a simulated space launch. There's test tracks, where you can drive a virtual concept vehicle on a test track circuit with hills and hairpin turns. By the way, the monorail goes through the front portion of the park for a good distance, giving a great view on the left side of the monorail. There's the Disney and Pixar Film Festival, where you can see 4D cinematic shorts. There's the Seas with Nemo and Friends attraction. At parks closing at night is Disney Harmonious, a nighttime spectacular with fireworks, music, colored water sprays, animated screens, and lasers. Unlike Magic Kingdom, it's much easier to get a good spot to view this show. Really, anywhere around the lake is great. Ran into Colby and Cindy visiting from North Carolina, who said at Disney you kind of feel like you are a walking ATM. Get inexpensive, however staff is great. The Parking and Transportation Center is where you park for Magic Kingdom, and also the main monorail stop. Here you can also take the ferry to Magic Kingdom, which is what I did. This gives you a nice little ride on the Seven Seas Lagoon. You can see Cinderella's castle in the distance. There's 2 monorail lines, one that just goes to Epcot from the Ticket and Transportation Center, and one that goes to Magic Kingdom and the resorts. I recommend trying both the monorail and the ferry. Wanted to mention too that all Disney parks were very good with the service dog. They didn't hassle you at all, and like Colby said, were very friendly. Whereas Universal took a little longer, they asked a lot of questions. The Festival of Fantasy Parade occurs at 3 p.m. every day. Some days they also have one at noon. It begins at Frontierland, runs through Liberty Square, and down Main Street. It's a good way to see the Disney characters. Also at Liberty Square is a 30-minute riverboat ride. It gives a nice elevated view of Liberty Square, Frontierland, where the Country Bear Jamboree is located, where you see 18 animatronic hillbilly bears play and sing. The riverboat also takes you around Splash Mountain, Thunder Mountain, as well as an early American settlement. I'd recommend doing your big rides like Splash Mountain, Thunder Mountain Railroad, Space Mountain, Matterhorn bobsleds, and Haunted Mansions as early as you can. Then use the afternoon for the shows you want to see. The live shows usually go from 10 a.m. to about 5 p.m. Then after that, do the riverboat cruise. Then maybe things that run continuously throughout the day, like Hall of Presidents, which is at Liberty Square, where they have realistic animatronic figures of all 45 presidents.
That this nation, under God, shall have a new birth of freedom.
If you want a good spot along Main Street to view the Disney Enchantment fireworks, you have to be there about an hour in advance. The crowd gets very dense. While the fireworks you can view from anywhere in the park, to see the projections and lasers, you really want to be somewhere on Main Street in front of the castle. Another good way to view it is by a cruise, which you can board at one of the resorts. It's $400 and includes assorted snacks and soft drinks. But this way, you don't have to deal with the massive crowds. To reserve, you call this number. If you are doing an extended stay in Orlando, I recommend to alternate your theme park days with the other things to do in order to give your legs and feet a break, like kayaking, paddleboarding, or biking around one of many of Orlando's beautiful lakes that we'll show in part 2 of our series, or maybe a mystery dinner theater that we'll show in part 3 of our Orlando series that will feature International Drive and Highway 192 in Kissimmee. I'd love to hear your experiences of Disney World and Universal. We are Tampa Aerial Media. We film travel promos across the USA. For stock footage, or if you would like to hire us to film your resort, city, or area, contact us at info@tampaaerialmedia.com. Coming up next, we show you Orlando beyond the theme parks. From Central Florida, I wish blessings to you wherever you may be.